What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
My name is Jeff.
And we're back with another trophy list, and today we've got a real juicy list. Let's get into it. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are reviewing the list of Mega Man 80. And yeah, so I did say it was a juicy trophy list at the start. They requested it that long ago. It probably wasn't all that juicy then, but it certainly is now. Jokes aside though, this is actually an account going all the way back to 2008, so we've got an OG account here. It's absolutely unbelievable. There are a couple of grubs in there, I've got them as well, so I can't really say anything, but don't let that put you off from some of the incredible things that Mega Man has done. Can't wait to share that all with you. Obviously I've only dipped into it, I haven't looked properly, so most of it we are going to get to see together. Yeah, very excited. Before we look at the stats though, massive shout out to my patrons and channel members. Appreciate everything you guys are doing, and also shout out to Layback Gamer who's just joined the patrons. Thank you very much, buddy. So stats then: 629 trophy level, 14,113 total trophies with 353 platinums, 2,271 golds, 3,215 silver with 8,274 bronze, 457 games played with a whopping 449 games completed to 100%, so we've got 99.48% completion, which is absolutely superb. I can't wait to see what the 8 games are that you're missing. I'm very intrigued. 104 unearned trophies, which is amazing. Let's have a look at what they are, see if we can get that down. 2.31 trophies a day, over 3k views, and then we've also got some world and country ranks, and you're actually 68th in Norway, which is amazing. Doing really well. So starting the list off with the same exact game as mine. I wish it wasn't that, because it'd be better to start with something else. I've said it previously, but I'm looking at games that kind of precede this in the alphabetical order to hopefully have something a little rarer than 97. So we've got 1976 back to Midway. Oh, look at this, Josh, 36 fragments of midnight, an hour and 19 minutes. And that's probably on the longer side of doing it. You've got this, buddy. Yeah, before I carry on with more of the games, as you know, with these longer lists, we're probably not going to be able to touch on on every single game. There'll be a lot to go through, and it will be a very long episode. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me for that long. So we've got a Plague Tale Innocence. You do really need to get Requiem on there. Such a good sequel. I do highly recommend it. Yeah, some grubs there. As I said, I did notice because I never look at a list in full, but I'll always have a little glance at it just to make sure I can definitely do an episode around it. I did catch a few grubs, but it's nothing compared to. I sound like a massive hypocrite here anyway, don't I? Because yeah, I've got a lot myself, so it is what it is. Alienation, Along Together, Amazing Princess Sarah, Apocalypse Riders. So already, you know what I'm like. Having not heard of a lot of games, we're already there. Arcade Classics, Arcade Game Series, Dig Dug. This one, Arcade Game Series Pac-Man. Don't let that 2 hours, 3 hours catch you out. It certainly did with me. I mean, this is suggesting that you're going to be save scumming and constantly having to back it up and download it and upload it and all that nonsense to get it done. I chose it for my Road to Rebirth challenge because I fell into the trap and I was like, this is ridiculously hard, there's no way I can do this. And then I realised of the actual method, but even then it's still quite tricky because you could load your game, get your save back, load it up, die off the first ghost, you've got to do it again, delete your save, download it from the cloud, get back on, and it was pretty annoying. It really was. Only one Assassin's Creed game with Origins. I definitely recommend getting a few more on there. It's nice to see Shadows getting some love as well. Yeah, really good. Astrobot Rescue Mission, Astro's Playroom's in there, nice. Some hot grubs there with toy tanks. Although this one, Attack of the Toy Tanks, it was actually quite fun. I didn't mind my time with it. It was alright. We've got some good stuff here though with the Arkham series, Asylum, City, Night, amazing. You've even done Arkham VR, which is awesome. Yeah, really, really good. But what's impressive about this is the 100% as well, especially on Arkham Knight, because although we know the Platinum is a 4 out of 10, it's nothing that's, you know, overly difficult. It's the DLC trophies, there's some, you know, really challenging stuff in there. So yeah, very, very well done. We've got some ultra rare stuff here with Battlefield 3, Battlefield Bad Company, which is a 9 out of 10, 180 hours. Blimey. And you've done Battlefield Bad Company 2. Another ultra rare there with Beat Saber. Right, so we've got our first unfinished game then, Bionic Commando Re-Earned. I've never heard of it, obviously. This is going all the way back to 2010. Wow, so only 3 trophies from this one. I'm very, very curious. Let's have a little look at this one. Because it's not unobtainable unless there's something wrong with the site, because PSMP would normally tell me. Acquire at least 1 star in each of the challenge rooms, 1 to 56. Wow. Hack through all the hacking games on hard, clear the game on super hard. So it seems it's more of a difficulty based thing. So, yeah. And I mean, you've got people here that have finished it off a month ago. Hopefully you can get that done, because as I say, you haven't got too many uncompleted games. I don't know what they all are yet, but if there's a chance of 100% account, then, you know, definitely get this done. Oh wow, Bird Game Plus, up there with Orc Slayer as the worst game of all time, 100%. Blasters of the Universe, 1.37. Wow, and Blood and Truth as well is also ultra rare. Got Bloodborne, 100%. I respect it. I rate it. Only the first Borderlands game, but you've got that 100%. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna skip over some of these easy ones because, like I say, I did see a couple. But it is what it is. Box VR. Not a clue. Brain Beats, which looks like it's a VR. I know there's a lot of games I'm unaware of, but VR is something I'm really not familiar with at all. You know, I don't have any plans to buy one, as I've mentioned a lot on previous episodes. They do make me very motion sick. So I don't know a lot about the games as a result of that, because when you see, like, I don't know, it could be a state of play thing, it could just be anything on YouTube I stumble upon where it's upcoming games. As soon as it starts talking about VR, I generally switch off, really, or I start watching something else. So yeah, I have no idea what games are even out for it. Brain Challenge, which, spoiler alert, I think I did catch something as a rarest trophy for that. 0.11% for the 100%. Wow. 10 years, 1 month as well. That's unbelievable. Love that. There's another unfinished game here with Burn Zombie Burn. This does now have 4 unobtainable trophies, so maybe the 100%'s not on. Please see you've got the ones that are unobtainable. No. So it's one of the DLC packs. That is such a shame. And that's maybe why you've just not bothered doing these ones as well. How annoying. How annoying. Oh well, 100%'s not on, but you can get that number very, very low by clearing the others, I'm sure. Burnout Paradise, only 2 Call of Duty games, Modern Warfare Remastered, and then Modern Warfare 2, but just to point out, it is the PS3 one, which is obviously a lot more difficult than just the campaign remastered that they've recently brought out. Very good. And I'm loving the 100% as well. You seem to be giving, I said it on a previous one, we had a similar account, you know, where there's a fair amount of these 100% games, which is great to see, because I do think there's some great games that are overlooked sometimes because we really want that platinum trophy, which unfortunately these don't offer, so we maybe skip on them. But yeah, there's some really good ones, some really good games out there. Don't sleep on them. Cat Quest 1 and 2. I need to do the third one. I really need to do the third one. Conan Exile's done, nice. Got another VR there. Contagion VR, Outbreak. Control, 100% nice. Creed Rise to Glory, Platinum. Craig knows all about that one. Ultra rare as well, makes it even better. Oh, nice. So we've got Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which of course I love to see. It still annoys me how it's not coupled with the other games. Just swap the titles around, please. It does it with Tomb Raider. It winds me up. It sends my OCD all over. Anyway, it's nice to see a Final Fantasy game. Hopefully there are more Final Fantasy games for me to talk about. That would be amazing. Croc's World Run. Croc's World Run. Now, I'm not somebody who often goes for fastest achievers, or I'm often first in the world for something because I don't get games that quickly or early or anything like that. But this is one that not many people have played, as you can see, and I'd seen it on the store. It was very cheap. I thought it was going to be a 2D platform. It ended up being one of those auto runner nonsense, and I wasn't expecting it, and it was a bit harder than I expected. But this one here, which is actually the last trophy you would get if doing everything, finished World 4, you will see, look at this, there he is, look at that. It's not very often you'll see my name on any of these. I thought that was quite cool. Yeah, it's just one I remembered from when I was involved in the badges. I can't remember what you needed now. Is it like top 5 for so many, or just one first achiever or fast? I can't even remember now, but I was going through all my games and I stumbled upon this one. I thought it was quite cool. Yeah, not something I see very often. So we've got Crisis, only the first one, like me as well. Yeah, I do need to do the second and third one for sure. More 100% games, it's awesome. More Grubs, we didn't see those. Dark Souls Remastered, which is an 8 out of 10 on the PS4 one. Nice, it's remastered, isn't it? Of course. Day of the Diver. Days Gone, awesome, which isn't in itself a very impressive platinum at 4 out of 10, but you know, the 100% absolutely is, doing all the is it the gold medal stuff on the challenges and things like that, which is awesome. I love it. Dead Island 200%, 2 stacks of Dead Nation, which are 7 out of 10 difficulties. The PS4 version being ultra rare at 2.62%, which is really good. Got some love here for Dead Space, which is awesome. Dead Space 3 being the only ultra rare of the bunch. Yeah, I need to get into this series. Totally missed out on it. Totally missed out. Death's Door done. Nice indeed. Demon's Souls there, PS3, 8 out of 10. Very good. We've got Diablo 3 in there. Dick Wild, 100%. Dick Wild, bloody hell. What are these games? Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age, awesome. Really want to play this game. Another thing I've banged on about on most episodes, it's sat right behind me ready to be played, but the time keeps putting me off, especially when I've got so many games to get through and, you know, like videos to record and things. It's I keep putting it off, but I shouldn't, because I know I'm going to absolutely love it. Yeah, it's going to be good times. What else have we got then? So Electronauts, Ender Lilies, which is a 7 out of 10, very nice. Everybody's Golf, 4 times. Look at these rarities. So we've got Everybody's Golf EU version, 8 out of 10, 1.17% on the PS3. We've got it again on PS4, 3.68%. Then there's, I'm confused, it's another EU version. Oh, it's on the Vita. I was thinking, what on earth? 1.22%, and then Everybody's Golf VR, which looks to be a little easier. I'm not sure why. 6 out of 10, 20 hours, but that's 1.8%. Wow. Hopefully we're giving some of you our lovers some inspiration as well, some games to do, because as well as just reviewing these lists, this is also what the for gives me inspiration for certain things. Hopefully gives you guys ideas for games, and also to keep us pushing, isn't it? You know, it's always good to see accounts like this, because, you know, we want the same. Fairy Tale Fight, ultra rare. We've got some Fallout stuff with 100%, which is impressive. Some Far Cry stuff, nice. And yeah, I did see this one. This is one I was aware of because it was on the recent activity. So I'm not going to say too much on this one because you're currently playing it, and I'm sure you're going to have the other 41 trophies, which is actually a massive chunk of your unearned. So once you've done this, you're going to be, you know, well on your way, which is really good. Unbelievable. Can I see Final Fantasy? Oh, Fat Princess first. 8 out of 10, wow. So yeah, some Final Fantasy stuff, which is obviously unbelievable. 7, got 7 Remake, 8, 10, 12, 13, 13, 2, and Final Fantasy 15, which also has the 100%, which is very, very impressive. Where's Rebirth, man? That's what I want to see. Yeah, really like this. There's obviously a couple of titles missing, which I'd also like to see on there, of course, but definitely Rebirth for sure. Got the multiplayer Comrades for 15 there too. Nice. Yeah, we'll skip over Football Game and Foxyland. We didn't see those. And this is the thing, and it's kind of like what I'm doing at the moment. Not to bring it back to my list, where I've stopped the grubs now, as you guys know, and I'm trying to do more AAA games or bigger titles, harder titles, so it takes your attention away from the grubs, because there was a point in time where, you know, you'd be scrolling and it would be a list of grubs, then a good game, a list of grubs, a couple of good games, and so on and so forth. Whereas now it's kind of fallen back the opposite way, which is good. You're getting more good games and then a bit of a grub like this. Not that my list is this good, by the way, I'm not claiming that, but it's kind of getting there in terms of the good games, or the proper games, if you will, are outweighing the sweaty ones. Yeah, Full Blast. Skip past that as well. I've got that one. God of War, nice. God of War 2018, isn't it? God of War on the PS3, 2, 3 Remastered, Ascension. Love to see it. We love some. I know there's other ones in there, but when I say a series, it's great, isn't it? On PSNP, you've got like a full series of games going down. Yeah, so we've got Going Under, we've got Golf Zero, and then we've got Gone Home 100%. And do you just like to do this every time, Bucky? Do you wait for me to record? Having a wee while staring at me. He does this all the time. So I decided to record because he's sleeping, and then I start speaking, he wakes up and decides to go on his tray. So if for the next 30 seconds you can hear him covering it up by moving his litter around, it is what it is. We do it in one take. None of this stopping nonsense. Yeah, so Going Under, Golf Zero has totally thrown me off. Gone Home 100%, and then wow, have a look at this. Gran Turismo 5 back on the PS3, 10 out of 10 difficulty, 500 hours, 0.54%. Wow. Gran Turismo 7, which is certainly easier in terms of some of the Gran Turismos, but still a 7 out of 10, 90 hours, 8.78%. Gran Turismo Sport, which is a 9 out of 10, 250 hours, 0.92%. Amazing. And this is what I mean. So we get like, you know, we've got like Foxyland, Full Blast, and some nice God of War stuff, Gran Turismo, and then Gravity Duck. So it's like, and there's 3 of them as well. So it's, I think, just trying to fill it up more with bigger titles now, and that's what I'm aiming towards. Gun Club VR, ultra rare, very good. Apologies as well if I do overlook something, I maybe miss a goated title. I am trying to get through this efficiently whilst also being thorough, because I am aware it is a bigger list and there's just really not the time to discuss every single one, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to. Hades done, awesome. Hannah Montana the movie, wow, which I believe is considered to be one of the original Grubs. I wasn't a trophy hunter then, so I don't really know. It's just kind of what I've heard. But yeah, 2 out of 10, 4 hours. Wow. Yeah, a lot of 100% games. This is really, really good to see. Yeah, really good to see. A few more grubby ones, lovely. And then Horizon Forbidden West and Zero Dawn there with their DLCs completed, which is awesome. Hot Shots Golf. Oh yeah, 1 and 2, and then 2 you've done on both PS4, PS5. Do enjoy your golf stuff. Nice. Yeah. See, this is a real shame. This is what I mean, seeing like, you know, your Gran Turismos and things, which I've touched on, and then we've got 3 Explosions, 3 Iron Snouts, 3 Jack and Jill DX. I think it's kind of ruins the list a little bit, and I know I'm not one to talk. It's just, you know, like, it's kind of speaking, I think, for most here, because there's some incredible games on here, some unbelievable stuff, and I wouldn't want the attention to be taken off of that. Kena Bridge of Spirits, amazing game. Ultra rare there with Killzone 2, which as we know is now unobtainable. 43 unobtainable trophies, blimey. You've done Kung Fu Panda as well, which is 0.79%. Love that. Yeah, Little Adventure on the Prairie. Throw that in with Bird Game Plus and Orc Slayer. Absolutely shocking. What was I thinking playing that? But what can you do? Ultra rares there with Lost Sea and also Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. And Magica 2. Nearly missed that one there. Very good. We've got some Marvel stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy. You've done Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Oh, please play Spider-Man 2. It's unbelievable. We've got some Mega Man stuff in there, which is very rare as well. Got to give that some love. I know there's no platinum here, but 8 out of 10. Impressive. Really, really good. I'll skip past Mecha Bolt and Metagal though. Metro Trilogy, really good games. Well, I say really good games. I've played 2033 and Last Light. I do still need to do Exodus, which I'm looking forward to. Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War done. Awesome. Really, really good. Oh, quickly, no one's seen them. Moonlighter, which is ultra rare. Very, very good. My Name is Mio on the Vita and the PS4, and then My Name is Mio 2 done. No My Name is Mio 3. And obviously, as of recording this, we know that My Name is Mio Re-Mio has just came out, which is wild. I have stopped the grubs, but will I play this? Probably, just because it's funny and it's just for a laugh, isn't it, doing Mio, but I might not do it straight away because I'm trying to get my average rarity down and it's just going to hurt me a little, isn't it? Yeah. Next Machina Ultra Rare, really good. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch and Revenant Kingdom. Can't wait. I've done Revenant Kingdom, got the plat, not the 100%, so yeah, very impressed with that. But I haven't played Wrath of the White Witch, and I know for those of you who are like, Jeff, you always, are adamant I play the first game before the second one in anything. I don't know if these are connected, but Wrath of the White Witch wasn't even available on PS4 when Revenant Kingdom came out. I couldn't have played it. But now it is. I should play it. Someone please tell me if they're linked in any way. Nier Automata done, nice. Neo 1 and 2. Now, in terms of the platinum, they still pose a challenge, but they're not the most difficult in terms of this genre. But what's really impressive here is the 100%. There's some really, grindy end game stuff in both of these. So yeah, fair play. Really, really impressed with that. Love it. Got a ton. Oh, I didn't want to skip over that. Nova Strike. What's this one? Another unfinished one. Only 2 trophies on this one from Mega Man needed. Let's have a look. Defeat the game on veteran difficulty or higher. Defeat the game on hardcore difficulty. So very similar to the last one then, in the sense that it's not that it's unobtainable, it seems to be more difficulty based, but this is going all the way back to 2010 as well. So both of those games 15 years ago, when you last tried them, definitely try again. If the 100%'s on, or in this case 100%'s on, gotta go for it, man. Gotta do it. You've got the skills looking at some of the games that you've done, just as we go past Paradox Hall and Peasant Night. Pistol Whip, Pity Pit. Pistol Whip's fine actually, yeah, 7.57%. Yeah, really good. Pixel Junk Nom Nom Galaxy, 1.14%. Wow. And the likelihood is the trophies from Pixel Junk Eden might be quite difficult as well, because it's got an average rarity of 0.65. Let's have a little look. Yeah, a few ultra rares in there. Again, you are lovers will have a field day with this account. If there's a few games on here you haven't played, get them on your list. Do it. Yeah, Planet Mini Golf, average rarity is pretty low. Unobtainable in that one. PlayStation VR World, 0.6%, which is really, really good. Prototype 2 finished. No Prototype 1. And clearly you like a challenge. Go and play Prototype 1. Great game. Good challenge as well. Rift Apart done, but no Ratchet and Clank 2016 or whatever it was. Definitely go and do that. Oh, got some Resi stuff. Love this. 2, 3, 5, 6. There's definitely space for 4 and Biohazard and Village as well. Definitely get those done. That'll be really good to see. Rezo Gun done. Returnal done. Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. I think this caught me off on another one. 9 out of 10, but 3 hours long. That's crazy. 4.46%. Wow. Rive, ultra rare. Awesome. Love that. Again, apologies if I've gone past something that was, you know, a really good game. Sacred 2 Fallen Angels, an 8 out of 10, 120 hours. 3.5%. Love that. Got the Sega Mega Drive stuff with the Genesis Classics and the Ultimate Collection. Nice to see there some love for the old school. Shadow of the Colossus done. Shooty Fruity. Not a clue, but it's 3.03% anyway. Shotgun Farmers, 3.47%. Wow. Crazy. Some Sniper Elite stuff, 3, 4, 5, V2. You've got Ghost Warrior 3, Ghost Warrior Contracts, and Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 as well. One ultra rare in all of those with, oh sorry, there's 2, isn't there? Sniper Elite 3 and Sniper Elite 4. Awesome. And then we've got another unfinished one. Yeah. No idea what this is. Soldner X Himmelstürmer. Sorry, I'm assuming it's German. Sorry to you Germans if I've absolutely butchered the pronunciation, but yeah, I've not heard of this. Complete the 5th world on hard. Complete the 5th world on impossible. So there's a bit of a theme here, isn't there? And yeah, strangely enough, this is also from 2010. So you've had a little spell there in 2010 with 3 games. Similar nature in the sense of it's just been a difficulty related stuff to stop this, you know, getting over the line. I think you should commit the time and do it, Mega Man, absolutely. Like I've been saying, you've clearly got the skills for it, so I think you should go and do it. Space Overlords, ultra rare, awesome. Spyro Trilogy, have to have that on the list. SSX, 2.26%. 2 Stacks of Stranger of Paradise. Well, I'll give you credit for one of them. One of them was done in 8 minutes. So a bit of a auto pop there. But yeah, very well done on doing the PS5 version in 5 days. 5 days, 16 hours. That's impressive. With all the DLC. I like it. A few more grubs there. I said I wasn't going to mention them. I keep bringing them up. Makes me feel better. I'm not the only one with them on their list. Skip over those. Yeah, Super Hot VR, very impressive. Super Hot on the PS4, 3.83%. Super Hot, try that again, Jeffrey. Super Hot VR, 0.64%. Wow. And then we've got Surgeon Simulator, not as rare as the other one, which I know is sub 1%, but Experience Reality is. And Bucky's just deciding to climb under my desk as we're chatting. You better not be causing trouble. Not while we're recording, son. You'll get shouted at. Experience Reality, I don't know what this is compared to the other one, but yeah, 8.76%. Sort of the Necromancer Tales of Arise, which is also next to Dragon Quest, rather, Echoes of an Elusive Age. That's also on my list of games to play. Really looking forward to it. Tales of Berseria, I respect it. Some great stuff, honestly. There really is. There's probably a lot again that I've not heard of, which are very impressive, and I'm maybe not giving them the respect that they deserve. So yeah, my apologies for that, but this is honestly, it's absolutely unbelievable. Really is. Last of Us Part 2, Last of Us Remastered, amazing. Playroom VR, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which is ultra rare. Got The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, PS5 version, 100%. Love that. The Division 1 and 2. And what's impressive about these, again, a bit like Days Gone, you know, it's not the most impressive platinum in the world, not the most difficult, but getting all the 100%, you know, is a task. And yeah, very impressive. Really good. Yeah, Uncharted's on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, Lost Legacy. I love that. And what's, I suppose, most impressive about some of these is it is the PS3 version, which, you know, were a bit more difficult. A bit like when we talked about Modern Warfare 2, compared to when they've done the campaign remastered. Same with Uncharted. PS3 was much harder to get the 100% compared to the, the Nathan Drake collection. But yeah, very, very good. Until Dawn done, nice, which to this day still stands as number one in that genre for me. I think it's amazing. I'm still yet to play The Quarry and The Devil in Me, but I can't see them coming out on top against this. Until Dawn Rush of Blood, 7 out of 10, 1.42%. Very good. Very good indeed. And we're starting to get towards the bottom. So we've got Warhawk here, which if you had an eye at the beginning for it, which I'm sure you did, you'll have seen that 0.29% is the rarest platinum on Mega Man's list, which is super impressive. 10 years and 1 month to get this done, which is really, really good. Wife Quest, what is that? Love it. Wipeout HD, 9 out of 10, 0.99, crazy. Got some Wolfenstein stuff on there. I'd maybe recommend you do the new Colossus at some point, get that added to this already amazing list. World of Final Fantasy, it's good to see that on there, love that. X-Men Origins Wolverine, I really wish I still had my PS3. Since seeing like more clips of them lately, because there's been a sort of an influx in superhero games, people doing platinum journeys on these games. I really want to play this again and Captain America Super Soldier, but I'm such an idiot for getting rid of it. XCOM 2, 9 out of 10, 100 hours, 0.89%. Wow, just gets better and better, guys. Absolutely unbelievable. We've got another unfinished game there as we're getting to the bottom in Zen Pinball. This one does confuse me a little bit. I'm unaware of its difficulty, but you're missing 42 trophies and you haven't had one since October 21, so I'm wondering why you've left this one. Because although they are super rare, I'm not saying for a second that it's easy. As I say, I have no idea. I wonder why you've left it. Because again, once you've done Far Cry 600%, if you were to go in and do most of Zen Pinball, your unearned is going to be practically nothing. When you factor in those few games we looked at, only had a couple. I know you can't get the 100% now. We did establish there was that unobtainable 4 trophies. You've got to get it as close as. I know it's going to be a shame that you're never going to be 100%, but I'd still try and get it as close as you can get it. So yeah, we are getting right at the bottom now, picking out some standouts. Zombie Army 4 Dead War, Zombie Army Trilogy, and then I'm going to assume that's Everybody's Golf again at the bottom, another stack of that. The Japanese stack, yeah, 3.77%, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. So yeah, let's have a little look through then. So trophy cabinet, what have we got here? So Wipeout HD makes sense, Gran Turismo 5 makes sense, but then why these two? So I've said this with a few other episodes, and maybe there's a reason why, maybe you can tell me, but when you've got premium, you've got the ability to put 10 trophies in here. I mean, if it was me, I'd be absolutely putting 10 of these unbelievable platinums. You could be having XCOM in there and Warhawk, and there's others I've forgotten about now. My mind's gone blank, but you can see where I'm coming from. We went past a ton of 8, 9s and 10s and stuff. Get those in there, absolutely. That's what I'd be doing straight away. Rarest trophies, so here this is where we've seen that Warhawk was the rarest platinum, but actually not Mega Man's rarest trophy of all. That actually comes from Brain Challenge, 0.24%, which was it Brain Challenge, which was, sorry guys, I'm just going to quickly go back. That was the one with the oh no, that was 100%. It was the game below, wasn't it? Burns Off, Zombie Burn. So yeah, 0.24%, that's crazy. 681 ultra rares, which I think is absolutely incredible. We will click on those. Like I say, give you some of you guys a bit of inspiration if there are games on here that you've not thought of even playing. Yeah, I'm only going to do the first page, so this isn't going to show you all 681, but I mean, look at that. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 50 on a page. So Mega Man's got 94 sub 1% trophies, which in itself is, is really, really impressive. I suppose there will be people who've got more than that, but that's crazy. Some people don't even have that many ultra rares, you know, so that's super cool. Let's have a look at some milestones then before we have a look at your stats. So you started the account, first trophy 17 years ago, Hero of Lave, Super Stardust HD, first platinum was Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, that's awesome way to start. 10th platinum, Modern Warfare 2, brilliant. 20th platinum, Final Fantasy 13, which I absolutely love to see. 30th was Megamind, 40th was Everybody's Golf, and then you've done Everybody's Golf again for 50. Clearly a huge fan. Oh, that's a shame. Jack and Jill DX for 75. Yeah, I don't know if maybe you don't plan them. I don't know if this was just popped by accident. Yeah, not too sure. Fastest platinum slide, obviously, it is for most people. 100th was The Division 2, 125 Res Evil 2. 150 Mecha Bolt as well. So I don't know if, again, you're not bothered, maybe you don't pay attention to these, or if there were mistakes where you were just doing a few grubs at the time and passed by the milestones, because you got Paradox Soul for 175 as well. Box VR for 200, don't know much about that. 225 Magicka 2, which is definitely worthy. Shadow of Mordor for 250, fair play. And 300 The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, definitely. And 350 Far Cry New Dawn, which is awesome. Obviously your latest platinum being Far Cry 6, which I know you're working on the 100% at the moment. So let's have a look at some stats then. Average rarity 43.76. I did expect this because although there's a ton of amazing games, a lot of ultra rares, there are unfortunately a fair amount of grubs where they've been stacked and things as well, so that's really going to hinder the average rarity. And you know, as I'm talking, I realise I'm a huge hypocrite before anyone thinks it or says it out loud, you know, screaming at the TV, phone, wherever you're watching it. But yeah, I understand my errors. I've learned. I've still not voiced my opinion. Yeah, I think in terms of the list, absolutely unbelievable. You know, much better than mine. But we still have to do some likes and dislikes. You know, it's part of this now, and also I'm going to do some game recommendations as well, which is something that was suggested to me. So likes, I think that's pretty obvious. The sheer amount of difficult games that you've done is absolutely insane. You know, like Warhawk and XCOM 2 and Gran Turismo 5, just to name a couple. You know, there's obviously some other ones on there like Wipeout HD, for example. You've done some really, really incredible games. Dislikes, and this is me reiterating that I'm a hypocrite, I know, is the grubs. I think it really does take you away from how goated this list actually is. I think someone looking at it on the surface might not see, you know, just how incredible the list actually is. But other than that, there's not really much more I could say on it. You know, I'm just kind of picking for the sake of it, just because it's something I said I would start to do now at the end of videos. In terms of game recommendations, there's a couple. I mean, straight away, that was the first one I seen. Play Requiem. I think it's an unbelievable sequel to an already great game. Rebirth was an obvious one. Clearly, you're a Final Fantasy fan. There's plenty of main entry titles there. You've done World of Final Fantasy. You've done Crisis Core. Play Rebirth. It's a 200-hour, 8-hour platinum. Try that again. It's because I mentioned Final Fantasy. I got a bit excited inside. So it's an 8-hour, 200-hour platinum, which would be another great game to add to your list. Things like Prototype. You played Prototype 2. Do Prototype. I think it's like an 8-hour 10. Good challenge. Another really good one to add to it. Spider-Man 2, of course. But yeah, there'd just be a couple that I would recommend. Obviously, Ratchet and Clank, the one before Rift Apart, would be a good one to throw in. But you might not want to do any of that. Just do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever allows you to have fun. That's the main thing. But yeah, I thought it was an unbelievable list in more ways than one. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. If you have, please consider dropping a like, commenting, subscribing, all of that good stuff. It would really mean a lot, and we're really pushing for 1K. So yeah, I'd really appreciate the engagement, guys. And whatever you're doing, look after yourself, stay safe, and keep on keeping on.